Everybody's a killer if you push him far enough.
I don't think so. Hey guys, it's Alexis here, and today I'm going to be explaining Joker's one bad day theory and why I don't agree with it. I actually didn't write any notes. I just got here and I decided to turn the camera on. So I'm kind of just gonna be spitballing whatever I'm thinking off the dome. So if everything seems kind of disorganized, that's why. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Now, the Joker needs no introduction. He is probably one of the most infamous comic villains, maybe even villains in general. He is like Batman's arch nemesis, and I don't even know why I have to explain this because we all know who the Joker is. Anyways, we know the Joker is basically insane. He's a clown. He's insane. We all know him for being this. And of course, that drives the question, why is the Joker this way? Like, a lot of people are asking or they're trying to theorize on why. And we don't really have a solid answer, but there is like one backstory that goes with the Killing Joke contingency. That's the right word? Whatever. Anyways, that goes with the Killing Joke line. So I'm going to explain that one backstory that he has and how that correlates into his whole one bad day theory. Sorry, it's the next day. While I was filming, I had to go out and stuff, go to different stores or whatever. So I'm filming now. Anyways, so Joker's backstory, as I said in the Killing Joke contingency, basically he was a failed comedian who, was still trying to make ends meet, but he was still like a happy lad. He had a wife who was pregnant, and so he took on this odd job with a bunch of criminals to try and make some money. So, and he had a red hood on. So they went into the wherever it was or whatever, doing their thing. Then his wife, he found out that his wife had an unborn child had died, and then they were all in the place where they were running away from the authorities. Batman was there, and that's when Joker fell into the chemicals, and that is what made the Joker, as said by that specific, origin story. So what Joker's point is that all it takes is one bad day to make someone go mad, to make someone go insane. He basically says that everyone can be a Joker. All it takes is just one bad day. And of course, there are some people who agree with his standpoint. The Joker quotes himself and says, "All it takes is one bad day to drive the sanest man to lunacy." Now, here's why I don't really agree with that. Now, I'm going to use myself for an example. I have had many, 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 many bad days. And I continue to have bad days. But I still am not a homicidal clown. So I guess how I see it is if that's the thing that made you tick, then there was already something going on up here. I feel like there was already something going on up here that would add to it, and that was just like that one bad day, which is the straw that broke the camel's back, But even more than that, how I personally feel, I feel like it's, how do I explain this? Like, I think it's an accumulation. Is that the right word to use? I think it's a lot of things. I think it's a bunch of things that add up to someone to go as far as the Joker has gone. So no, I don't believe that it just takes one bad day. I just don't believe it takes one bad day. I think it has to be a buildup until someone gets to their breaking point. Because I think as human beings, I think that we are quite resilient. That's just how I view it. I think as human beings, we're quite resilient. So I think that, again, depends on the person, because some people really cannot take certain things. Some people really just cannot take it. And that's why you can't do things there. That's why you can't mess with anyone, because some people really just cannot take it. And that's okay. But we just have to be mindful of that. So anyways, as I was saying, I feel like it has to be a buildup of things. But then again, some different people have different tolerance levels. So, but I still don't think it would just only take one bad day for something to happen. I feel like it has to be a buildup. Like for the Joker, for example, he was a failed comedian. You know, he was still trying to make ends meet. He had a wife and she was pregnant, struggling to take care of, you know, the unborn child, and then finding out that she was dead and the child was dead. That was just the nail that hit the coffin. I feel like it has to be a build of things. I don't think it's just one singular thing that can make a person tick, you know? If it truly does take one bad day, sorry the camera angles keep changing, but anyways, if it truly does take one bad day for someone to reach their breaking point, then I think that their tolerance was already wearing thin. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that this doesn't really seem like a coherent, I can't talk, but I don't have any notes. I don't really know how to like formulate this into words, but I just feel so very strongly about this. I genuinely do not believe that it takes just one bad day to make someone lose it. I feel like there's definitely a buildup. So like I said, if it takes one bad day for someone to just lose it, I feel like their tolerance was already slowly wearing thin. Even if it wasn't obvious, I feel like the tolerance was already, you know, wearing thin. And also, I'll bring up another point. Not everyone is like the Joker. There have been people who have had terrible things happen in their lives, and they're still not homicidal maniacs. Like, people who have lost parents, people who have been homeless, people who been ruthlessly bullied, etc., etc. Terrible things have happened in their lives, and they're still, you know, moving forward. And I really commend those people for that, because it takes a lot to deal with those kind of traumas and still be resilient enough to keep your humanity. Like, I applaud them. I truly do. And that's why I don't believe everyone can be like the Joker, because there are people who have gone through terrible things and they still, you know, don't kill people. They still have a positive attitude. And many people have bad days. We all have our bad days. But I still think that the resilience and the strength to move on is something that is kind of innate. It's something you just have to have. Me personally, I don't have that. I am not a resilient person at all. At all. I'm weak. But that doesn't mean that, you know, I'm still not here and living and, you know, gonna keep going. I'm not gonna kill anyone. So I feel like if you were to turn out a certain way because of, you know, that one bad day, then I feel like it was already within you. You know, because I guess I'll use this example. Like, say, let's take Batman, for example, because some people argue that, you know, Batman, you know, his parents getting killed is kind of like, it takes that one bad day to turn him into, you know, the brooding person he is now. And sure, we can use that as an example. But then let's also take Dick Grayson, you know, take Nightwing, for example. You know, both his parents were dead. And I mean, of course, I guess the situation is different because he actually caught the people that, you know, killed his parents. But he still, even though he still went through the same, like, trauma as Bruce, he still had the resilience to keep going, to have this positive attitude, to be this, like, shining, bright person. Like, oh my gosh, I love him so much. But anyways, to be like this wonderful person. He's just so bright, he just shines so bright like the sun, to be this kind, wonderful person. Like, I feel like if Batman was going, even if, how do I explain this? I can't. Okay. Batman turning out the way that he did, I feel like it was already gonna happen. You know, when his parents died, that's just probably how he internalizes things. Nightwing, you know, Dick Grayson, on the other hand, he turns things into, because he's such like a kind and loving person, I feel like he was gonna turn out the way that he turned out, you know, even though the death of his parents was still hard. I feel like he was still gonna turn out the way that he turned out. So I feel like if you are gonna turn out a certain way because of one bad day, it's already innate, it's already within you. Like, that's already kind of how your brain is wired, you know? because different people have different tolerance levels, if that's making any sense. Anyway, I really just wanted to get this off my chest because I've been thinking about this for quite a while. And I know this video probably didn't make any sense at all because we all know that I am very bad at talking and getting my point across, and I can't put my thoughts into words. But anyways, if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and in the comments, let me know if you agree with Joker's one bad day theory. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Bye.
Let me ask you something. What does it matter if you send me back to the asylum if it doesn't matter to me? I've proven my point. Gordon's been driven mad. I've demonstrated there's no difference between me and everyone else. All it takes is one bad day. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day.